All right, guys, how you guys doing? Okay, so let me know if you can see my screen. All right, so thank you guys for joining us this live streaming on how to trade Bitcoin for profit and also gold. Okay, so we're taking a look on what we have before us here and how we can maximize the opportunities we have to trade today. Okay, so what can you see, guys? We are already on a trade on a buy position, and this position was as a result of a confirmation we saw here. I missed this early confirmation. I still was sleeping at this point, and we saw another one here, guys, and we took this. So we're expecting this to come at least to this point, guys. Okay, so before there will be a decline. So, but if you take a look on it critically, we see that yesterday when we did a live webinar, I told you guys, okay, that we at this point we're expecting Bitcoin to drop. All right, so which actually it dropped. So, but when it came to this point, I thought the drop was over. Okay, but I was wrong. Even though my initial expectation was for you to drop to this point. So I didn't see that coming. So I was naive, and I was naive to like, okay, let's see if it's gonna reverse at this point, but it proved me wrong. So later I discovered that yeah, I shouldn't have been expecting to buy at this point because it can be trying to catch a falling knife. So but that's just by the way now. Trading is all about probability. So, but what do we expect? Now, from all indication now, we can see clearly that we have this impulse up, sharp down, corrective move up, sharp down. So this actually completes this wave. Okay, so from here, guys, listen very, very attentively. From this point in time, this Bitcoin move is gonna be like this. Okay, so if eventually it found it was started rejecting at this point, that means it's going to drop one more before it moves high. But this is what we're expecting, and this concept is based on this simple analysis of impulse. After an impulse, you wait for a correction and you take the impulse. So but this correction most times are kind of complex. Okay, they are more kind of complex. So that is what we're expecting. Now we've positioned ourselves, but we'll be adding to this position later on when the market comes to this point. We'll see what actually will happen, when it's going to reject, or it's still gonna, if it breaks and close bullish above this kind of resistance, believe you me, guys, the market is gonna blow. All right, so if you take a look on it from 4 hours, now let's do a deep dive and see actually what the market has done in the past. Okay, so looking at it from this angle now, you begin to see that even this whole sluggish kind of move makes sense to us. Okay, so this actually is making sense to us. Now if I should analyze what actually transpired in this point, now what happened here is this: we have this an impulse up here. So we have this first three-way move down, okay, and we also have this kind of expanding flat. So we have an a B. So we also have this three-way move down. So A, B, C. So it's a complete structure. Okay, so this is a complete structure on its own. So from this point, the market is said to have completed this move, and we have this sharp impulse that breaks this kind of the structure, like break change of character, as they might say it in ICT. So we have this change of character here. So all these things, guys, all these things is part of the corrective structure of this move. Okay, so here we're expecting the market to push high to this point. So this is what we're expecting. So start pushing high from here to break, because we've seen that this market is completed, at least has given us this three-wave corrective move down, and they are they are kind of compressed. Okay, so now the next target should be, if actually, so be waiting for, like, let it break this trend. So this trend now, let's make it more clear. So this trend will be a determining factor of what will happen, long run. So if the market comes here, which you'll be expecting, if the market comes to this point, okay, and rejects strongly, that means it might drop one more. So that means we might be having a strong complex structure like smaller A, B, C before it moves. Like in wave we have uh 2 by 2, 3 by 3, and stuff like that, complex structure. But I don't see that coming. So, but what I'm seeing coming here is whereby the market will break this high. So this trend, now, anything below this trend is still kind of bearish, right? Like a sell. If you see a confirmation for sell below this trend, but once it comes above this trend, guys, this market is going to fly, kind of, it's a buy. So, but here we are positioning ourselves here because we understand the structures of the market. All right, so what do you expect for somebody that just coming into the market now? What do you expect? All right, so let me take a few moments. So I appreciate you guys for coming. Thank you. Okay, so we're expecting that if you found a support here, you can take more position in, and that's we go. All right, so that is what we're expecting for today. Okay, so let's cross our finger and watch the market do what it got to do. Now let's take a look on gold. So when you come to gold, guys, what can you see? Actually, the market here is not that, it's going sideways, kind of, because it hasn't broken this as we expected it yesterday. So here we have, and it has broken this trend. So what we'll be expecting on gold here is, by the time it breaks above here, within this region, guys, is no trade zone. No trade zone. Okay, so because this is just going sideways, no trade zone with here. So let's see and observe what it's going to do at this point. Because if you take a look on it now, you can see that actually has broken this trend. So if the market decide to drop, one of the possibilities that might happen is that the market decide to drop and comes up like this. And if that happens, something like this happens, boom, it's going to drop very hard. It's going to drop very hard. You notice that before any major move, there is always a sign. There is always a sign that precedes the major moves. Okay, so like for instance, you saw what happened here. this after this move, we have this kind of complex structure, and after that the market goes up, give you this a kind of complex expanding flat and moves up again. Okay, so these are the ways it moves. So that's what we're expecting at this point. If you're a scalper, you should be looking for a sell within this region, okay? So a sell might be coming that will drop here, and after that a buy will come before. It depends on how it plays out before this major move can drop. All right, so that's what we'll be expecting on gold. This is 30 minutes time frame, guys. All right, so let's just cross our fingers and wait and see when we have a clear setup. A clear setup. But if you take a look on gold on the, many guys like to trade 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, on the 15 minutes time frame, guys, I can see that the markets might be ready to drop. Okay, because yeah, I think it's ready to drop at this point. Yeah, and if this market closes bearish, which it will happen in the next 1 minute 13 seconds, once that happens and the next candle start breaking this low, I think this market is going to drop here. So that is just what might be happening on gold at this point. Okay, all right, so let's cross our fingers and see what's happen. All right, so trading is all about waiting, guys. Ability for you to wait is all you need to be consistently profitable in this market. So we are back to our Bitcoin, baby. Okay, yeah, there will be a rejection at this point, yeah, but it will be short-lived kind of rejection before the market pushes high. And once this rejection or this resistance is cleared, once this is cleared, it's going to push hard. Boom. So that's what we're expecting. Once this is cleared, it's going to push harder. All right. So feel free, guys, to ask a question. Let's see how it goes. Feel free to ask your question. Feel free to ask your question, guys. Okay. All right. Waiting game. What do you expect? So while we are still waiting, if you've not joined our Telegram group, please kindly join, and we'll be glad to have you in our community, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, look at the 4 hours, guys. See, what can you see here, guys? The 4 hours is very, very, very bullish. Very, very, very bullish. So we're gonna hold this. We're gonna hold this trade for a long time. Probably before we're gonna hold it till Friday. Yeah. So that we can catch this move. The expectation is to catch the big move because that's where you make the big money. If you can catch this move, guys, how many return on investment? Like, just take from where we've just positioned ourselves. Let's see. If you catch this move, that is like 1:12. Wow. 1:12. Risk per reward, which is massive, guys. Which is massive. Which is massive. If you are risking $50, you make $600. If you are risking $100, sorry, $300. Sorry, if you are risking 50, make 300. Yeah, 600. It's 600. 1:12. If you are risking 100, you are making 1,200. This is massive. So okay, guys. So while we are waiting for the market to play out, I'll be calling it a day here, and I'll catch you guys later. All right. So let me head off, and I'll see you guys soon.